𝗙𝗙𝗘𝗘 is back in the spotlight with its signature grooves, squelchy bass lines, and smooth R&B vocals. Today, we'll break down 10 essential drum patterns from the classic two-step to 4/4 beats, plus halftime and Tresillo variations. These rhythms also work perfectly in its cousins speed garage, bass line, and feature garage. By the end, you'll have everything you need to create your own 𝗙𝗘𝗘𝗘 tracks. Also, check the link in the description to download the Ableton project and MIDI files. Let's dive in. The tempo for 𝗙𝗘𝗘𝗘, including its cousins, speed garage, and bass line, are usually around 130 to 140 beats per minute. So I'm going to work at 140 beats per minute in this project. Now let's start by talking about the hi-hats. The basics of 𝗙𝗘𝗘𝗘 hi-hats start with a closed hi-hat on every quarter note, and then we have an open hi-hat in between, just like house. What sets 𝗙𝗘𝗘𝗘 apart is its groove and syncopation. To add groove and syncopation, we like to employ the 16th note ghost hits by adding closed hi-hats in positions such as this. Now, to make it sound more groovy and syncopated, we're going to apply swing to the 16 notes. To apply swing in Ableton, go to your user library and then look for grooves, and then filter for 16th note swings. There's a number of them down here. I like to use the swing 16s. The ones higher up have a harder swing. And then you can pull them directly into this groove parameter here. You'll also notice you now have this groove window here where you can bring in a ton of different grooves. If you don't see the groove pool, just go into view and bring out groove pool. From here, you can pull in a bunch of grooves into the groove pool, and then you're able to preview them with your beat. Let's select this groove, and you'll see that in the groove pool, there are a number of parameters to adjust the intensity of the groove. So you can use the timing parameter to adjust how hard it swings. Some grooves also have velocity, and you can use the velocity parameter to control how much velocity is applied. Notice now some hits are quieter due to velocity changes. You can actually see what is happening to your beats if you click on this little arrow button, which commits the groove to your pattern. And you can see how the patterns are off the grid and some velocities are lower. However, I like to leave my groove uncommitted because this allows me to preview and try different grooves on my beat. As well, when I edit the beat and add new hits to the pattern, the groove will be applied to those new hits. The first pattern we're going to talk about is the 𝗙𝗘𝗘𝗘 two-step pattern. To create the two-step pattern, add a snare on the 2 and 4. Add a kick on the 1, and you can add a kick here as well. Add a closed hi-hat on every quarter note, and then an open hi-hat in between. Add closed hi-hats in the 16th note ghost positions for syncopation. And then go to the groove parameter and add swing. Make it even groovier by experimenting with additional ghost note hits with the closed hi-hats. You can also use a rim shot or side stick in ghost note positions for added groove. In the classical drum community, we call this a syncopated groove, but in the production community, we call this a shuffle. Who wins? Experiment by adding additional kicks to your groove. In drum and bass, I call this the bounce pattern. Let's move this kick earlier. That's another common groove in 𝗙𝗘𝗘𝗘𝗘. Try omitting this kick. Very groovy. Move this kick here and move the rim shot here. Let's bring this kick back here and add a kick here. It will bring back a rim shot. I call this the kickback pattern. Experiment by adding additional kicks. Here's a pattern we do in drum and bass. We call this the delayed snare by moving it over here. Here's the two-step pattern with some bass. groovy. As you can see, lots of variations. Experiment and find your own groove. By the way, my name is 𝗙𝗙𝗟𝗟𝗢, music producer of over 25 years with notable releases on UK labels such as Metalheadz, Hospital Records, and Critical Music. My mission here is to pass on my knowledge onto you so you can succeed in your own music production journey. If you're down with that, then please hit the like button and subscribe. Over half of you aren't subscribed yet, and it's the easiest way to support this channel. The next UK garage pattern, I call the Tresillo pattern. Remember the regular two-step pattern? Now let's move the snare here and add another kick here. Now notice the spacing of each of these 3 hits. 3, 3, 2. That's the basics of a tresillo. Sometimes in the production community, we casually call this a fake triplet due to the use of dotted 8th notes here, and then a regular 8th note here. Let's hear the pattern. You also find this tresillo rhythm a lot in dancehall. Remember to add 16th note swing for that UK garage groove without swing, with swing. Let's try a variation of the tresillo pattern. Let's remove this kick and snare and duplicate these 3 hits. Remember the use of rim shots in 16th note ghost positions for added groove. Here's a variation I call the triple kick, triple snare. Let's go back to the original tresillo pattern. Remove this kick and snare, take these 3 hits and halve the time. One final pattern, a kick and double snares, and then repeat the pattern. Here's the tresillo pattern with some bass. Groovy. And that's how you use tresillo in UK Garage. By the way, if you're looking for sample packs and presets, check out my store 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗢𝗪.com. My gnarly serum preset packs volume 1 and 2 are great for nasty and dirty bass presets. Also, the Wubs and Wobbles pack is great for UK Garage. And if you want a full production tool set, check out the 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗢𝗪 Production Suite, which contains 12 packs all at 50% off. You can learn more down in the links below or at 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗢𝗪.com. This next pattern in UK Garage, I call the 2-step pattern with an early snare. Here's the regular 2-step pattern in UK Garage. Simply take this snare and move it 1/16th note earlier. Let's go back to the original pattern, and we can also move the second snare early. For this pattern, it might make more sense if you shift the kick back a bit. Remember, you can cleverly add rim shots in the 16th note ghost positions for added groove. Just remember to add swing for that UK Garage groove. Without swing, with swing. And here's the pattern with some bass. Dirty. The most basic UK Garage pattern is the 4/4 pattern, which comes from house. So start by adding a kick on every quarter note. Then add a closed hi-hat as well. Add an open hi-hat in between. Now add a clap on the 2 and 4. For added groove and syncopation, add closed hi-hats in the ghost note 16th note positions. And then remember to add swing for that syncopated UK Garage groove. To make it funkier, you can add rim shots in the ghost note positions. So here and here, we can remove this closed hi-hat here. Experiment by adding additional rim shot and closed hi-hats for more groove. Notice in the 4/4 pattern, it's more common to use claps instead of snares. However, that is not a hard rule, and by all means, try a snare on the 2 and 4 positions. Sounds quite nice. The same pattern can be applied to bass line music, except we tend to use harder kick and claps. Here's the 4/4 pattern with the preset from Gnarly Volume 1. The next pattern in UK Garage is the halftime pattern. So here's the regular 2-step UK Garage pattern. Let's remove this kick and snare, and let's move this snare to the 3rd beat. For added groove and syncopation, add rim shots in the 16th note ghost positions, such as here. Experiment by adding additional kicks, such as here and here for a Tresillo pattern. To make it less repetitive, duplicate it so we have 2 bars and remove additional kicks. Let's add a kick here. Try experimenting by adding additional closed hi-hats and rim shots in the ghost note positions, as well as added kicks and snares. Remember to add swing for that UK Garage groove. Without swing, with swing. Let's hear it with my 𝗙𝗛𝗟𝗢𝗪 bass preset. Super groovy. Here's some unconventional grooves for UK Garage. Remember the UK Garage 2-step pattern? Let's remove this kick and move the snare earlier over here. We can add some additional rim shots here and here. And this pattern is borrowed from drum and bass's Steppa pattern. And let's hear it with some bass. Super groovy. Here's another unconventional groove for UK Garage. Remember the Steppa pattern, which we borrowed from drum and bass? Let's add a kick here and here. And let's hear it with some bass. Super funky. What happens when you apply the Jersey club pattern to UK Garage? So here's a regular house pattern. To make it into a Jersey club pattern, move this kick here and then add an additional kick here. So we have a Tresillo here. 3, 3, 2. For added groove, let's add closed hi-hats in the ghost note positions, such as here, 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 and here. And make sure to apply swing for that UK Garage groove. Add additional rim shots in the ghost note positions for more groove. You can even add additional closed hi-hats. And let's hear it with some bass. Groovy. This next pattern in UK Garage, I call it the 1 kick pattern. Here's the original UK Garage 2-step pattern. Let's remove this kick and clap over here. And then we're going to add a clap here, here, and here. So we have a Tresillo, which is a 3, 3, 2 pattern. Super funky. You can also shift these 3 claps earlier by 1/16th note over here. You can also take these 2 claps and shift it later over here. A lot of funky different patterns you can play with the 1 kick pattern. Remember, you can add additional rim shots for added groove. Just remember to add swing for that UK garage groove. Without swing, with swing. Here's one I hear a lot in grime and even in drum and bass. Let's hear it with some bass. Nasty. Here's a basic pattern used in a lot of old school grime music, which is a cousin of UK garage. Let's add a hi-hat on every 8th note, and then a kick here, and then a hard clap on the 3rd beat. So we have a halftime pattern here. Let's duplicate this into 2 bars. And on this 2nd bar, let's add another clap on this ghost note position here. Now the tempo for grime is a bit faster. Let's move it up to 150 beats per minute. And then experiment by adding additional kicks and even ghost notes. Let's hear it with some bass. Experiment to create your own groove. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed watching my top 10 drum patterns in UK garage. Remember, you can also use these patterns in speed garage and bassline. Also, some of these patterns can even be used in grime, dubstep, and future garage. The key lessons in this video is using swing in your groove and adding syncopated ghost notes in the 16th note positions. From there, experiment with different kick and snare positions, and you're on your way to creating some awesome UK garage grooves. Remember, check the link down in the description if you want to download the Ableton project and MIDI files. And if you want to support this channel directly, you can check out deviantaudio.com for sample packs, preset packs, and Ableton kits to help you along your journey. For more videos on UK garage, check this playlist up here. To learn about drum and bass production, check this playlist up here. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay creative and peace out.